Knockout Legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So, today I want to talk about the one and only Saul Canelo Alvarez. So, there's been reports flying back and forth in the media that Terence Crawford wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. And I think Canelo Alvarez is flattered by the attention, but basically um, basically there's a clip that I'm gonna play and then I'm gonna unpack afterwards, where he's speaking to TMZ Sports. So I'm gonna play the clip and then, with no further ado, get back into it. So here we go.
There's I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win uh, one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy but I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see. We'll see in the future. Right now, I'm 100% focused on Jermel, but I will see in the future. Why not? If it makes sense, why not?
So from that clip there, Canelo gives Terence his props, but he said he's only fought one big fighter, which he made look easy. I disagree with that. That he's only fought one good fighter, because he fought Amir Khan, who basically Canelo fought, and remember Amir Khan went up to weight categories to fight him. Also, he's fought Kell Brook, who fought Triple G. Again, I think he went up 2 or 3 weight categories to fight Triple G, and obviously he beat Kell Brook as well. So, and obviously the common opponent with Kell Brook and Canelo is Triple G. So he can't be that rubbish. And to be honest, Kell was making Triple G look ordinary until obviously he got his eye socket busted up. So, but anyway, another good fighter he's fought is Sean Showtime Porter, who made Errol look, who Errol struggled with. He looked like basically he wasn't going to win the fight if he didn't knock down basically Sean. If he'd not gotten a knockdown, I don't think he would have won that fight, because he was losing. Sean was just bullying him, and he was just giving him a hard day's work. That's what Sean does. He's awkward as hell. And this is the same Sean Porter that defeated Usyk in the amateurs when he was a bigger fighter, because he used to fight at a higher weight. He used to fight at I think like middleweight, so he was a lot bigger then. So, and that's another great fighter. Sean Porter is a great fighter. So them comments there about him not fighting anyone that's great or big. Is it big or great? What do you mean? Like a pay-per-view fighter, or someone that's gonna bring in money, or a great fighter in the sense that they're beating like great opponents? I think that's needs to be a little bit more clear with what Canelo's saying, because in one aspect you're giving him a compliment, but then in another aspect you're downplaying his achievements. So, and remember, he is 2-time undisputed, and regardless of if the division that he was in was weak, that's the division he was in, and he defeated who he defeated and got the belts and then unified them. Everyone talks about Indongo was weak and this, that and the other. Well, how did Indongo win these belts? He didn't just fight nobodies, did he? So, because people always make this assumption that because someone's got a belt and they're not known, that they're a nobody. No, they're not known, because obviously certain divisions are more known than other divisions, depending on the personality and obviously the casuals level of attraction to that fighter and what's being put around in the media. The media controls the narrative to an extent, but also your personality and what your accomplishments, what you do as a fighter can kind of bring that more to light. So that's why some fighters market themselves and make themselves as much media friendly or much media attention as they can to make themselves accessible and make themselves promotable. Because that's what Bob Arum used to say to Terence. You're a great fighter, but you don't self promote. But the promoter's supposed to do that job. That's the promoter's job. Eddie Hearn does it with Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua's kind of got the same personality where he's not really outspoken and doesn't really talk a lot of trash. He just does what he does in the ring. You only see Anthony Joshua get really mad if someone gets under his skin, like Dillian White or Dominic Brazil or certain people like Jarrell Miller as well. It takes a lot. So, but Eddie Hearn can promote Joshua based off his Olympic career and the amateur background and all that hoo-ha. So that's how he's promoted him. The same way Audley Harrison kind of got promoted and did his thing with the BBC and whatever, and just robbed the public. But anyway, yeah. So he says also in the video he's open to the fight because obviously in the future you don't know. So he's only open to it if it becomes a big money fight. So again, Canelo's only fighting for the big fights because again, even though Jamal is at a lighter weight, he keeps saying he's big. No, he's tall. Tall doesn't mean big, it just means tall. There's a difference. If you're talking about like stature and frame, if he weighs less, he weighs less. Doesn't mean he's bigger than you, just means he's taller than you. There's a difference. It's like when he fought Kovalev, and he only fought Kovalev after Anthony Yard beat him to flipping pillar to post. And yeah, Kovalev beat Anthony Yard, but like he was on the verge of losing that fight. If Anthony Yard had a little bit more experience, he would have lost that fight. Then straight away you want to fight Kovalev because he's basically been weakened by a younger guy, and you've seen that he's vulnerable, so now you want to fight him. So in a way, he's followed the blueprint of what Mayweather does, but in a more strategic way as well, because I don't even think he gave Kovalev a lot of time to turn around from the last fight to that fight. I think it might have been less than 6 weeks for that fight, and then obviously he slept Kovalev, so but anyway, if the fight does take place and Terence fights him and he beats him, well, that cements it. He is probably one of the best, and he is number one, and he is a Hall of Famer boxer if he beats Canelo, if the fight does go ahead. But anyway, who knows? Time will tell. So anyway, what do you think about Canelo's comments? Do you think he was complimentary, or do you think he was giving a backhanded compliment in a sense of being sort of dismissive of Terence because he's already made the comments before that he gets no credit from fighting Terence because he's too small? So do you think he's avoiding Terence because if he does get beat, he will look really bad and have egg on his face? Or is Terence just such an enigma and hard to figure out that he's a terrible fighter for him to fight, because obviously styles make fights? So anyway, leave your comments in the comment section, like, comment and subscribe, and that is another one from Knockout Legends. Peace.